r/TalesFromTechSupport, episode 23. The Day of the Cactus. From my nightmares in the mid-2000s. I give you, The Day of the Cactus. It's a nice quiet morning in the call center in L2 support at a major US telecom. It's a Saturday. It's around 11 AM. I clocked on almost 3 hours ago, and I've taken a whopping 2 calls. Only one of those needed troubleshooting, the other was simple. It's so slow our team is gathered around in a ground yakking and playing games, rather than at our respective stations. The room is pretty small, only about 25 people in the room fully staffed. About half that are in the room. Up on the wall is a gigantic map of the United States, made up of lids. Most of the map is green, this indicates everything is normal. A few parts are yellow, this means trouble has been reported, but the system is still responding. A few red spots and dots here and there, indicating outages. I've got my shoes off with my feet up on my desk reading a book. All in all, it's a wonderfully relaxing day. Then it all went wrong. Terribly wrong. First was the beeping alarms, which none of us knew existed. What the hell is that god-awful racket coming out of every terminal? Then I see the wall, and my heart has stopped for a moment. California, from the middle to Los Angeles, has gone red. Millions of people are out of service. In the room we are staring at the map, the computers and each other. Then headsets start beeping as people start receiving calls. I get a call. Within a minute there are hundreds of calls in my queue, the general queue is in the high thousands and climbing rapidly. My system has populated an account from the Los Angeles area. Customer is pissed, has no service whatsoever. I try and cannot get a response from his phone. Actually, nothing will respond. It's like a meteor has destroyed Southern California, except I'm on a landline with someone right now. The entire call center is slammed. I have to tell my customer I'll give a call back, then put myself into not ready to start investigating what the hell is going on. Nobody in the room knows anything yet. The problem is in the GSM network, everything else is working. I can reach all the equipment, but all GSM traffic falls into a black hole of unresponsiveness. Someone shouts. There it is. There is a station not responding along Interstate 5. It's completely unresponsive, like I can't even talk to the internet equipment, and that is very not good. It's *THE* link between the halves of the state. The rest of the network does not appreciate this link being down either. Problems are widespread as the system tries, but cannot handle the load. Other systems are now being affected. Emergency dispatch technicians to the area to determine what the hell is going on. Mine Ortal has the call queue in the tens of thousands. The previously laid-back atmosphere in the room is now grim as death. Agonizing, useless incoming escalation after escalation, where I can't tell them anything useful grinds on. People are very unwilling to hang up the damn phone without any kind of answers. It's grueling and repetitive. Finally word and pictures come back from the dispatched technicians. They're *IS* no relay station. It's gone the way of Alderaan. A truck driver with a fully loaded trailer fell asleep at the wheel and drove off the highway. He made it way off the road and plowed straight through our gigantic fake cactus and associated hardware of a relay station. Obliterated, nothing to fix, and the site isn't even usable. Sweet Jesus. The whole time, I'm fielding calls that I obviously can't do anything about, and people are *PISSED*. I actually did get one call from someone, not in the affected area, who waited through that queue. Only one out of hundreds, but it was a welcome relief. So this is how we got to learn to build and deploy a mobile relay station. It took a crazy effort between teams to build out the equipment, then figure out how to deploy. By the end of my nightmare shift, the link was functioning, and was literally a van network parked around the brutalized remains of a giant fake cactus and outbuilding. Things were finally coming under control around the time I left, and the queue was emptying. By the time I walked out the doors, about 102-minute long calls later, I felt like I'd run a marathon. Physically and mentally exhausted. I don't even remember the drive home. My head hit the pillow before the sun had set. The day of the cactus was finally over. ID10T user kills computer with phone line. So back before there was cable internet there was DSL, and before that there was dial-up. I worked at a dial-up ISP, and was on the escalations team. Enough backstory. Here is the cast. Me as well. Me CW is co-worker IU, ID10T user. Onto the story. So it was the day after Christmas, and I was working the escalations desk, and one of my co-workers comes to me with an issue. It seems that ID10T user had called in because he was having some connections issues. He had just got a brand new, out of the box, gateway computer. I know it was that long ago. Now when he was setting it up, and when he got to connecting the phone line to the internal dial-up modem, he found that the RJ11 connector was not on the end of the line. Now being the smart and resourceful user he is, does he go and buy a new phone line? Nope. If he did, he would not be calling my coworker. He striped the end of the wires that make up the phone line and sticks it into the modem port. Now most people don't know that phone lines carry around 48 volts down them to supply the phone's ringer with power. Well, my coworker tell me this and said that the ID10T user wanted to talk to above her. So I have her transfer the call to me and talk to the guy $ME. Hello sir, I understand that you having an issue with your computer connecting to the internet. A 10T user. Yep, I plugged the phone line into the modem and turned the computer on, and there was a loud popping and smoke started to come from the hard drive and the monitor. Your internet killed my computer. What are you going to do to make it work? $ME. Well sir, I was informed that you striped the wires in the phone line and plugged that right into the modem. Is that right? A 10T user. Yep. So, $ME. Well sir, there is about 48 volts that is in that phone line. What you have done is fry your computer. The voltage has fried the modem, monitor, motherboard, the processor, and the RAM. You have turned your computer into a very expensive paperweight. A 10T user. What are you going to do to fix it? $ME. There is nothing I can do to fix the issue. You broke the computer's warranty when you did what you did. You will have to try to contact Gateway or the place you got the computer from to see if can be fixed. A 10T user. What do I tell them? $ME. Well sir, that is up to you. I cannot tell to lie to them, but we'll have to talk to them to get it fixed. Thus ends the story of how an ID10T user fired his computer with a phone line. Edit. Wow, thanks for all the comments. I did not expect it to this many. I thought I would get 4 to 5 comments. You all rock. I have some others, if you are interested. Do the simple checks first. About 40 years ago I worked as a system programmer for a company that in one line of business made video terminal controllers for IBM mainframes. One of our customers was having trouble with this, and a series of experts was flown out to the customer to solve the problem. I was one of the people sent. The customer had a IBM 360/50 https://endpointwikipedia.org/wiki/IBM_system/360 model 50 in rather grungy shape, as they allowed smoking in the machine room. Their support contractor, third party, not IBM, and I agreed this was bad and the customer should be told to clean things up. But the problem seemed to be that the terminal controller kept randomly dropping offline. We went through all sorts of diagnostics and began to suspect an error in the mainframe's processing of peripheral interrupts. Luckily I had recently read Bell & Newell's book on computer architectures, and the 360/50 was one of the case studies they presented, so I was familiar with the /50's inner workings. But I needed the book. A phone call back to the office told the next engineer, who was flying out the next day, to bring along the copy of this book I knew to be in the corporate library. With it in hand I was able to read the technical diagrams and microcode listings that IBM helpfully provides in big binders in a wheeled rack along with the computer. Turning to the relevant circuit diagram, I observed pencil notations around the suspected circuitry. Aha! Somebody has been here before. The plot thickens. The support guy said it was not him. At one point I'm reduced to not only single stepping the 360/50 through its interrupt handler, but *micro* single stepping it and watching the blinking lights. That is, I was single stepping through the 360/50s*microcode*. Still could not catch the problem. Can you imagine Intel allowing anyone to do that today? Or even providing the documentation necessary to do it, much less the user interface? Then taking a break, I'm staring at our terminal controller, a short rack about 1 meter tall placed near the mainframe, when all of a sudden its display panel shows it is restarting, all by itself. Huh. Why would it do that? A check with the design engineers tell me it would do that if it had a power interruption. Smelling a rat, we follow its power cord to see where it was plugged in. Turns out, whoever had installed it plugged it into a convenience outlet in the computer room that was intended for the janitorial staff to use with their vacuum cleaner. This outlet proved to have rather dirty power that would get particularly nasty spikes whenever the building elevator started moving. We had the side panels of the 360/50 open at this point, and I observed a power outlet inside. The support guy said it is filtered power from the 360/50's internal power supply, and they use it to plug in test equipment. We unplugged the terminal controller from its dodgy outlet, we lifted some floor tiles, and rerouted the power cord over to the mainframe, and plugged it into this filtered outlet. Problem solved.